Hello, General Biology, and welcome to the sixth screencast in the Chapter 7 series. This is 7374, and we were talking about bulk transport with endocytosis, and just a brief review, endocytosis has three different kinds. Phagocytosis, which takes in solid particles, pinocytosis, which takes in liquid particles, and receptive mediated, that takes in nonpolar molecules. So in this screencast, this is going to be our conclusion to the chapter as well. So that means test. Exocytosis is what we're going to talk about. And exo means out of, so this is going to be out of the cell, and it's actually the opposite of endocytosis. And it moves bulk materials out of the cell. It can be proteins, it can be waste products. So here's that vesicle, and notice in this picture it has the same cell membrane structure as the cell membrane. That vesicle is going to attach and fuse to the membrane with the proteins in it. It's going to form a pocket or a pit, and it's going to force those molecules out. So this is exo. It's taking it from inside of the cell to outside of the cell. And as I said, it could be waste products or it could be proteins. Both endocytosis and exocytosis are active transport. It requires energy for the cell membrane to change shape, no matter whether it's a liquid or a solid. All right, let's conclude the chapter into 7.4. And all of these activities that we've been talking about, the transport is to help the cell maintain homeostasis. And this process is an internal balance where the environment stays the same, whether the cell is growing, whether it's responding to the environment, whether it's transforming energy, or whether it's reproducing. It's going to maintain a stability, an equilibrium, kind of like when we talked about isotonic, it's going to be equal. Okay, put this together, and there's two different cell types or cell categories, and they are unicellular versus multicellular. So unicellular organisms are single cells, and they're going to carry out all of the life processes within one cell. And you saw these in your communities lab. They were paramecium and euglena and amoebas, the ones that we referred to as ciliates and flagellates. They are your unicellular organisms, and they're going to transfer materials across the membranes through diffusion, through osmosis, through active transport and passive transport. The other types of organisms are multicellular organisms, and these are going to be organisms, that are made up of more than one cell type, and the cells are going to be specialized to perform different functions, and they're going to work together for the survival of the whole organism. So I chose a picture here of some different types of human cells because we've got muscle cells and blood cells and nerve cells, our skin cells, which are called columnar epithelial, white blood cells, which are phagocytes. They're a type of phagocyte that we mentioned before. So we have all of these different cell types that will go through all of the life processes. They'll transport materials across the cell membrane just like we talked about. All right, that ends the chapter. That means we're going to have a test and we're going to go into chapter 8. So see you on the other side. Have a good one.